before we move on to the tweet of the week, I know that, Ryan, you wanted some space to really talk about this. Before Raw ended, we saw they gave out an invitation to an NFL star, Michael Sam. Now, I don't know too much about the situation, but you felt very intrigued as to why they're doing this. So, sir, go ahead.
Well, I know exactly why they're doing this, but anyway, for anyone who's not familiar, Michael Sam is an NFL player who, before the draft last year or this year, came out as openly gay and was the first NFL prospect or player to do so. Anyway, he ended up getting drafted by the St. Louis Rams in like the 7th round, and they just did the final cuts for rosters, and Michael Sam was cut from the roster. And obviously he's been getting a lot of media attention because the media jumps all over that stuff. So now that he's been cut, WWE is trying to capitalize on this media, story and have Michael Sam on the show with an open mic to, air his grievances or just say whatever he wants. So obviously, since the news have been all over this guy, WWE wants to get him on the show. The truth is, he will probably not come on the show, first of all, because anything he does and says about the NFL will basically give him zero chance of getting on any other team. Any team can still pick him up right now, and I believe he's actually, getting, working out something with the Dallas Cowboys, last news anyway. So there's probably zero chance, but it's kind of WWE being a little pathetic here, doing any little thing to get some mainstream attention, and it really just kind of is in line with the $9.99 thing, where it's just kind of pathetic means of trying to get a ratings boost or trying to sell their product. And like I said, that would do nothing but actually hurt Michael Sam's chances. And they're going on and on about how, he's, what JBL was saying, he's a great player. I can't believe they cut him. It was so wrong. The truth is, most, like 99% or whatever, 7th round picks, like, usually don't even make the cut anyway. Like, this guy, he didn't get cut because he was gay. He got cut because the Rams didn't need him. He's a good player, but he's not good enough for their team, who they had depth at that position or whatever. So he wasn't cut for any other reason but not being a good enough player to make the team like any other player got cut. / rant.
Man, that was deep. That was a lot.
Can I bring up a lighter note?
What up?
You know how we've been saying Raw is mediocre. There's one point I forgot about. This week's Raw brought us the best botch in probably the last 10 years, in my opinion. At the end of the show, when John Cena tried to hold up that sign that says, "You can't see me," but he held up the wrong side and it said, "Tag me in." I just needed to just go look at that GIF. It's the best. Carry on.
Oh, it's something. It's something. However, one thing I need to just go back a couple of seconds for the Ryan, what you brought up about the Michael Sam situation. I do find it interesting that Darren Young retweeted something on Twitter, go figure, which is that they give Michael Sam an open mic for possibly being gay. I mean, we don't know. I mean, obviously...
Well, he is gay.
No, but...
He's not possibly.
But what I mean is...
No, but that's why they're giving him the mic.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they didn't let Darren Young do anything.
Exactly. So it's just sort of... It almost doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get into this type of conversation in the podcast, but just the sort of scenario where it's like... If that's the reason why, it's incredibly hypocritical, because
no, I completely agree.
You have a guy that exposed himself, through TMZ. Come on.
I'm sorry. Just let me take over. You're done. Okay. Okay. See, I think their approach to Darren Young was perfectly fine, in that, they were actually being a good company by, on the website or wherever they said, we accept Darren Young and all that, and then never mentioned on Raw. They never tried to make a big deal out of it. And I think that's great, treat everybody the same. It doesn't really matter what their sexual orientation is. But now they're trying to jump on this media bandwagon, for the exact same reason. It's just another organization. They're just trying to leech off of another organization's popularity. And they're really not even... They're just trying to go for these cheap tactics to get mainstream media, and they're really not stepping their game up. And the football season starts next week, and they're going to have a lot of competition on Monday nights. And I just think this was their uncreative, unoriginal way of trying to get some ratings on the first Monday Night Football.
And of course, we'll have to wait until next week's Raw to find out if he actually does show up. What will he say?